heading over to Paramount. Veteran producer Simon Kinberg, who oversaw the most X-Men or most of the X-Men movies for 20th Century Fox, is in talks to produce an upcoming Star Trek movie for Paramount Pictures. The project has already been in development at the studio for some time now, with Seth Grahame-Smith from Abraham Lincoln Vampire Hunter handling the screenplay, and Toby Haynes from Andor and Black Mirror USS Callister on board to direct. Now, insiders say that this film is intended as an origin story for the main timeline for
Hmm.
Star Trek. Now, rather than an alternate Kevlin timeline started in 2009 Star Trek, set in the aftermath of humanity's first contact with aliens. Now, this Star Trek prequel will also be produced by the one and only J.J. Abrams, who has overseen all Star Trek movies through Bad Robot since 2009 Star Trek, which he directed, if you guys didn't know. Abrams is also producing a separate Star Trek film intended to be the final mission of the Kevlin timeline cast, including Chris Pine, Zachary Quinto, and Zoe Saldana. So we'll see how that goes. It seems like that's the franchise he's sticking to. That's for sure.
Yeah, and it's interesting because it sounds like they're gonna end the Kelvin timeline before they launch this. Okay, here we're getting back to Kirk's actual, like, Bill Shatner's Kirk timeline again, which is going to be interesting to see how they do that. And
I think
man,
that's good though, because I mean that clears up confusion. Because I
yeah,
mean we've seen like Warner Brothers overlap stuff like that, and I feel like it clears up confusion.
it was because a lot of people were like, "Is what is Kelvin? Is this an alternate universe? So how can they both be kind of a thing?" But apparently they're going to get rid of it, and it's just going to be Shatner and Leonard Nimoy and the gang's
Yeah.
actual. But this will be because that they said what happens after First Contact, which we saw in Star Trek: The Next Generation First Contact. We see how that happened when the Vulcans made first contact with it. So now we're going to see what happens after that and prior to Enterprise, which is going to be really cool, I think.
Hmm.
And speaking of, they just keep rolling with this franchise, obviously. The Star Trek Starfleet Academy series at Paramount Plus has cast Holly Hunter in the lead role. Hunter's character will serve as the captain and chancellor of the Academy, presiding over both the faculty and a new class of Starfleet cadets as they learn to navigate the galaxy in the 32nd century. Now, Starfleet Academy will begin shooting in Toronto later this summer. And get this, guys, it'll be featuring the largest contiguous set ever constructed for a Star Trek series. A central academic atrium that will span 2 stories and include an amphitheater, classrooms, a mess hall, and an idyllic walkway lined with trees. Now, with its focus on higher education, from the throes of budding romance to the pressures of academic achievement to the angst of painful self-discovery, Starfleet Academy is part of a wider strategy by the company now to expand on what a Star Trek show can look like. So they're trying to stray away from the standard and try to, like, I like this. I think it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, completely agree, man. Completely agree.